Hey, my friends, it's your girl Cassandra coming at you today with another 10-minute takeaway. I really hope you've been enjoying the series that we have been doing this month. These 10-minute takeaways, I hope they've been encouraging to you and helping you to realize that, hey, God's got some great things in store for you. He's got some great plans for your life, and it is time to get into it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cassandra Bellevue. I am a certified life coach and an author. And one of the things that I love to do is help coach people, champion them, and help them to realize that there's something that they carry, a secret mission, if you will, that God sent you into the earth with for you to affect change. There's something that you carry that the world is in need of. And I'm here to debunk the lie from the enemy where people think, oh, I don't have a purpose. I don't have a destiny. We ain't got time for that. Yes, you do. If you want to find out what that is and get into it, then you are in the right place. So we've been doing these 10-minute takeaways all month long, and I've just been focusing in on my 2 different life coaching tracks. For most of the month, we've been talking about the mindset track, which is the track where people are I'm helping people to figure out like what their identity and their purpose is, and what do you do when you figure that out? What are the hindrances in your life? How do we get to explore all that and bring it out into the world? For the rest of this month, we're going to be shifting into the second track, which is the execution track. So that's the people who figured it out. I got to write a book. I got to launch a business. I got a product that I want to sell and retail. I'm supposed to start a vlog, whatever it is. And then they're like, well, how do I get it out there? All of my ideas are here. How do I get them to materialize? And that's the execution track where we put it out there. I want to get you to the point where you're cutting that red ribbon in front of your retail store. I want to get you to the point where you're having that launch party, those types of things, because you are going to get there, okay? It doesn't just have to be this dream or this fantasy in your head. There's a plan. God has a plan for you to get there. So before we get into today's topic, which is don't sleep on the mini goals, I'm going to hit y'all up with my housekeeping items that I normally do. So 3 things, all in the same place. Go out to CassandraBellevue.com. That is my personal website. When you get out there, you're going to be welcomed with a pop-up that's going to invite you to be a part of our email family. I encourage you to do that because if these topics that we've been discussing all month, you find them helpful, you find them encouraging, it's going to be the same type of content that I'm going to be sending out via email. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, join the email family. Also, you'll be the first to know about any promos, giveaways, sales, also book signings or anything that's going on, meet and greets. You'll be the first to know about those. So go ahead and sign up for that. Number 2, there is the merch sale that's going on. So if you go to CassandraBellevue.com, go to the store, there's a $5 sale that's happening right now. Yes, I said $5. $5 sale that's happening right now. We've got t-shirts and tanks. We've got beanies. We got hats. We've got visors all out there for $5. Why are they $5? Because we really are trying to make room for the new inventory that's coming in. So we're discounting the older inventory. So go ahead and get it and get you right for spring break and summer. And then the third thing, which I'm most excited about, is my book set is out there on my website as well for $15. So Pressed But Not Crushed and the 30-day devotional that goes with it is now on the website for $15. So get yourself a set for yourself and for your friends, for your family. I encourage you to start a book club, start a Bible study, and get your like-minded friends together. The people who want to be about God's business and want to step fully into their purpose, this is for them. Because when you get to that point where you're like, hey, I'm pursuing what God has for me, you're going to run into warfare and hindrances, because guess what? The enemy doesn't want you there. He wants you to be negligent of your purpose. He wants you to be complacent. He wants you to not even be worried about it because he already knows the type of change that you can affect by stepping into your purpose, and he's not trying to have any of that. But guess what? You're going to learn how to put your armor on. You're going to learn how to get suited up on a daily basis. You're going to learn how to get out there and fight and don't let anything stop you in Jesus' name. So today we're talking about mini goals. That's the topic. And like I said, two different tracks. The mindset track, your purpose activated. The whole month so far, we've been talking about things in that track, right? And so for this month, what we're going to be doing is talking about, or for the rest of this month, I should say, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the second track, which is the execution track, which is called Get Across the Finish Line. That's right. So that's when you take your passion, your idea, and you execute on it, and you show the world what it is that you've been working on. So we're calling today the joy of setting mini goals. Say it with me. The joy of setting mini goals. And so again, I've mentioned that, by day I'm a project manager. I've been at it for almost 15 years at this point. And, basically what companies come to me and they have this vision, they have this change, they have a migration, they have something that they're trying to execute on, and they're coming to me and they're saying, hey, we need you to manage this for us. We need you to get all the right people together, all the right resources together, and usually they have a timeline. I want to have this done by this date. Do you think that that's possible? Is that feasible? Like, what are your thoughts? And it's my job to come in here and look at all the tasks, and usually I'm the one breaking down all the tasks and showing them, okay, well, you got 4 major categories here. This category is going to take at least 2 months. This category is going to take at least a year. This, so on and so forth, and break it down, and then present the project plan and say, okay, these are the things that we're going to do. This is what you said that you wanted, and this is what we're going to do. This is how long it's going to take. And so I love when we are able to put together a project plan and execute on it. That makes me so happy. Okay. So mini goals. A lot of times I notice that, people don't move forward on their purpose, their goals, because they're overwhelmed. They're just overwhelmed. They're still stuck on the big idea, the big thing that has to get done. And when they think about that, they get overwhelmed. And so it's like a paralysis of a sort. And so they just don't even get started. It's just too grand. It's too overwhelming. It seems too daunting. And so they just don't start. And so I love working with my clients and saying, okay, how about we break this down into categories? Let me use a book as an example. Obviously, I have experience with that. So let's use a book as an example. You have a topic that you want to talk about. You probably already have like different chapter ideas, like, how you want to break down your topic. You already know what you're trying to get the reader to understand. And so for me, it's like, okay, let's talk about chapters. Let's talk about what you want to discuss in each chapter. And how about you focus on a chapter a month? Or how about you focus on a chapter a week? One of the things that I've said this before in my previous videos this month is, one thing that I always encourage my authors to do. And if you're an author and you're in the process of writing a book, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes you'll be in the middle of washing dishes and a topic will come to mind, or you'll think about a way that you want to share something with your audience, or, oh yeah, if I use this analogy, like that would be great to, get my point across and share what I'm trying to share. And I tell them all the time, use your tools, use your apps. If you got the iPhone, you got that Notes app. Pop that Notes app and write out your ideas and put them in there. When I was writing my book, that's what I didn't do it on purpose. It's just kind of how it happened. I would think of things and I'm like, oh, I don't want to forget that later. So I would open up a new Gmail, like I'm composing an email, and I would put my ideas are, oh yeah, I want to make sure I hit on this topic, and I want to make sure I hit on this topic. And I remember when it was time to like sit down and write this book for real, I pulled every single one of those drafts, every single one of those Word documents, all the little scraps of paper that I had, and I was able to organize them into like categories, and I could start writing out every chapter. It's the mini goals. It's the mini goals. I've shared the analogy as well. It's like people are like, well, I know I have this business that I want to start. There's so much going into it. Okay, let's stop right there. Have you gotten your LLC? Have you applied for your business license? Have you gotten your EIN number yet? No, I haven't done that yet. Okay, this week, just focus on that. And you can see the relief on people's faces like, oh my gosh. And then they come back the next week like, they conquered the world. Like, hey, look who's got an EIN number. Hey, look who's got their business license. When you feel like you've accomplished something, it automatically motivates you to keep on going and to tackle the next few items. So it's little things like that, the mini goals. Don't sleep on the mini goals that will help you moving in the right direction. So hey, I encourage you to find me, connect with me, go to my Linktree, Cassandra Bellevue. Set up a 15-minute free approach the coach call with me. Let's talk about your ideas and what you want to do. We're putting both of the tracks together this month, and so we have payment plans and 5 slots, so don't sleep on that either. If you found this helpful, go sign up for the email list, and I'll catch you guys on the next 10 minutes.